Hello, everyone. I will show you how to make a very basic 2D active ragdoll in Godot. It's not perfect, but it will give you the idea of how many basic active ragdolls work in games. I am using Godot 4.7 for this tutorial. But it should basically work for any version that supports skeleton 2D and rigid body 2D. I have already made a basic 2D rig. It has IK on the legs, and a very basic looping animation. I used the Scalable Vector Shapes 2D plugin, by Renovanderak, to make the limb shapes. It's a great plugin if you want to use vector graphics in Godot. To make the shapes actually follow the bone 2D, I used Remote Transform 2D to copy the transformation of the bones to the shapes. You can find the tutorial for this kind of 2D rig setup in the description. So, the main idea of how the active ragdoll works is this: we hide the animation rig, and only show limbs made out of rigid bodies that try to copy the transformation of the limbs in the animation rig. We will not be using physical bone 2D, because it is quite broken, as far as I know. Okay, to get started, let's make a Node 2D container for the rigid bodies. Now, let's add a rigid body for the torso. Make sure that the position of the rigid body matches the pivot of the torso. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now, repeat this for every limb in your rig. After that, add collision shapes for the rigid bodies. Use the properties in the inspector to change the shapes. Now we need to give them actual, visible limbs. So, for this, we can just copy the corresponding shapes and textures, and paste them as a child of the rigid bodies. The position of the copied shape will be off. So, reposition it so that it matches the collision shape. Since my character is in 3/4 view, I need to make sure the order of the rigid bodies is right, so that my back leg is behind the torso. Let's test out what we have made so far. Make a new Node 2D scene. Add a static body 2D, which will be our floor. Add a collision shape. To make it visible, I will be using the Scalable Vector Shaped 2D plugin to draw a rectangle. Now, let's add our ragdoll, and run the scene. You can clearly see the limbs are falling apart. To keep them intact, we will need to use pin joint 2Ds. Let's add a pin joint 2D for our back leg. Assign node A and node B with your rigid bodies. You will need to reposition the pin joint to the joint between the limbs. Now, do this for every joint in your rig. In my case, I would have to make 4 pin joints, 2 for the legs, 1 for the upper front leg and torso, and another for the upper back leg and torso. After this, if you run the scene, you will notice that we have achieved a very simple ragdoll, but not an active one. Add a script to your ragdoll. Copy and paste these 2 functions into the script. These functions use Hooke's law to get the force and torque required for a rigid body to copy the transformation of another 3D object. This is explained well by Kriggs, in his video. Link in the description. Let's try to copy the transformation of our torso rigid body to the root bone. To do that, we need to get the reference of the nodes. You can hold Ctrl, and drag and drop the nodes into the script, to get the references easily. The Hooke's law function uses stiffness and damping as parameters. So, let's define these two variables. Now, copy and paste this new function, which moves a rigid body to a bone. I don't want to over-explain, but what this essentially does is apply forces and torque to the rigid body, with the help of the two functions we defined at the top. You can find these functions in the description below. Now, in our physics process function, we can call the new function every frame, to move our torso to the root bone. Make sure you pass the delta variable. Now, let's run our scene. And you can find that the torso is not falling, and is staying in place with the root bone. I will move my rig down, so that it touches the ground. Obviously, the legs are not behaving correctly, as we are not trying to move them to match their bone counterparts. Let's go ahead and get references for the rigid bodies and bones. Then, we will call the move rigid body to bone function for every rigid body, and their bone counterpart. The rig is working as expected. But you will notice that limbs are colliding with one another. And based on your preference, this may not be what you need. Same goes for me. So, I will turn off the layer mask of the rigid bodies for now. Perfect. Now, let's test the rig by throwing some rigid bodies onto it. Not perfect, but you can always tweak the stiffness and damping values. Notice how my ragdoll always stays in place. That is because my ragdoll is actually a node 2D. There are many ways to make it move, but the easiest way is to turn the node 2D into a rigid body 2D, so that it actually interacts with the balls I drop. Now, you can see the ragdoll is moving, but not realistically, because it is interacting with a single capsule-shaped rigid body. To achieve a more realistic active ragdoll, you would want to control each limb separately, with forces and torque. This rig uses a constant upward force on the torso, to make it stand up. And the front leg is made out of rigid bodies, and tries to copy the transformation of the front leg, controlled by IK. This is a more complex subject to cover. But I will be sharing how I achieve my active ragdolls for my next commercial game. Hope this video helped you make your own 2D active ragdoll. Subscribe if you want updates about my next commercial game. Bye.